Janet. Welcome to this lesson. We are going to tackle phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are compound verbs that are usually formed from a combination of a verb and a preposition or an adverb. Now, phrasal verbs replace single verbs in a sentence. For example, the terrorist escaped into Karura forest. We have the word escaped that has been put into bold. And so to replace this with a phrasal verb, we will have the terrorist made off into Karura forest. His sons resemble their grandmother. When we replace the word resemble with a phrasal verb, it's the phrasal verb for resemble is take after. So our sentence will be, his sons take after their grandmother. Let us now look at more examples of phrasal verb. We have bring up means to raise, make off is to escape, move on is to continue. That is example, she moved on after the teaching practice, that she continued teaching after the teaching practice. To look up to is to admire. Her daughter looks up to her mother, meaning that her daughter admires her mother. Look down upon is to despise. Do not look down upon the poor, meaning do not despise the poor. Take after is to resemble. She takes after a sister. She resembles a sister. Work out is solve. Work out that mathematical equation. Solve that mathematical equation. Hang on is to preserve, and iron out is to resolve. Kindly iron out your issues with your classmates. Kindly resolve your issues with your classmates. Those are some examples. Let us now look at examples in tackled questions. Our first question: replace the words in bold with suitable phrasal verb. Our first sentence: the government can no longer tolerate corruption among its officers. We have the word tolerate in bold. We are told to replace this tolerate with the suitable phrasal verb, and so the word that the suitable phrasal verb will be put up. So the government can no longer put up with corruption among its officers. Question 2. The old man was shocked by the young man's behavior. The word in bold is shocked, so the perfect phrasal verb will be taken aback. Aback in sentence, it will be, the old man was taken aback by the young man's behavior. And to question 3, I was quite infuriated with Solomon's behavior. We have infuriated in bold, and it means worked up. So its phrasal verb is worked up, and so I was quite worked up with Solomon's behavior. Yet another question: replace the underlined phrasal verb with one word that means the same as the phrasal verb. Question 1. We could not make out what the speaker was saying. The phrasal verb make out means to understand. And so when we change it, our sentence will be, we could not understand what the speaker was saying. Question 2 of this question: the next issues of the famous magazine comes out next week. Now, comes out is a phrasal verb that means appears. And so when we replace this, it will be, the next issues of the famous magazine appears next week. Our last question of this part of this question: I cannot put up with his behavior anymore. To put up is to tolerate, and so I cannot tolerate his behavior anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video on phrasal verb, and I hope it helps you improve on your English. Kindly remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to this channel. Hoping to see you in the next lesson.